preach and preach, step over they go beat and teach. Them a drive by and all know them can't reach. Go and back up for your grandmother preach. Them a on the street and me see it. Go over they go beat and me teach. Man drive with it, on the car seat. Left boy mouth full of concrete. So police side fight for years, them don't see. Them boy that could the last 1 week. From them with the families, man, they have to weep. See them so me see. Beat and teach. So beat and teach. So beat and teach. Beat and teach. Beat and teach. Cassava please beat and teach. Beat and teach. Beat and teach. You beat and teach. Step over them make everybody see. Just figure beat and teach. We not put boy in a them place to take them out of that. Them not have no action, no them finger that's them out of chat. Me lips seal, what a fireball come out. So from them walking at the war, I them play out. No cry to me for your son, just a cry down and make the rest. So that's for every day I rest. Jungle quit them wing and left them featherless. Sister left brotherless. Get themself in a hot water and an up hot water. From them this them same time not after. What do that not after? You see I must the earth them want to pass. Them to a war. Them think it over. Them skin run left. Them bone fit over. The first 24 hours them a fraud like soda. You see set them a paper soldier. Beat and teach. Beat and teach. Beat and teach. Beat and teach. Beat and what a beat and teach. Beat and teach. Beat and teach. Beat and teach. But youngsters, them are ready. Get back to me money. Them boy them are ready. Me bad anytime when you ask them. I lost when I lost them. I swear that I cost them. If them nobody in a real life, them can't be the boss them. Them they can't be the boss and teach. Grandson beat and teach. Cassava please beat and teach. Beat and teach. Beat and teach. So I'll beat and teach. Beat and teach. Beat and teach. Waterhouse beat and teach. Beat and teach. Beat and teach. Jungle beat and teach. Whoa, 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 whoa. Beat and teach. We done them already. Get back to the money. All them a preach and preach. Step over they go beat and teach. Them a drive by and all know them can't reach. Go and back up for your grandmother preach. Them a on the street and me see it. Go over they go beat and teach. Man drive with it, on the car seat. Left boy mouth full of concrete. So police side fight for years, them don't see.
Good morning to you, and welcome to this special edition of Livewire. I see a lot of persons in the comment section going nuts because we don't usually do this on Saturday. But as I told you guys yesterday, if there is anything breaking or topical that we need to discuss, we're going to go live anyway, right? Lily Prashad, morning to you. Mukesh Vishnudat, morning to you. Carla Daniels joining us from NYC. Feroz Wahid, morning to you. Beat and Teaches. I love the song. James Bond introduced me to it. You know, apparently it's a song that has been around for a while. James Bond usually uses this song when he's on the podium on the campaign trail. So that's where I got it from. You know, Beat and Teach. Lovely, lovely song by Mavado. Jamaican guy, you know. Anyway, so this morning seems to be event-filled. Well, not event-filled. We just had one event that seems to have taken over the internet. Oh, Lord. Listen. Shafira Ali is trouble. You is trouble. No, I'm pretty sure some persons would have seen some photos with Brian Max bloodied up again. Nevertheless, I wasn't planning to do a show this morning, but after what would have happened on social media, I wanted to come and highlight a few things, right? Provocation is a serious thing. when you're going to constantly provoke persons, So I woke up this morning and I saw 3 missed calls from one of my viewers. So when I called them back, they asked me to go on the critics live. And I eventually did that, and I started the live from the beginning. And I'm listening to him as he goes. And Brian Max calls him on the live and starts going on at a rate. Apparently, he is now the debt collector for Azruddin Mohammed and Simona Brooms. And Ms. Brooms needs to probably come out and say something in relation to whether she would have empowered Brian Max to go around collecting any debt on her behalf. You understand me? So Brian Max, functioning as he stated in the capacity of debt collectors for Azruddin Mohammed and Simona Brooms, calls the Guyanese critic on his show and start to talk a bunch of craziness about how he got collect the money and this and that. And critic tell you, since you say you got collect the people their money, collect it. Go down to the studio. Go down to the Guyanese critic studio. Somebody who he knows is not his friend. They don't agree. They don't get along. Nothing of the sort. Y'all remember Brian Max going to Guyanese critic studio at night and peeing on the fence? I don't know if he was drunk that night or what, but y'all remember that video? I'm gonna search for all these videos and we can have this discussion again on Monday. But do you remember Brian Max in what some would consider a drunken state one night? Just a second, people. Right? Drive down the road in his car, stop in front of Guyanese critic's place, go and pit on the fence on a live, and then go in the car again and abuse up and go on. So constant provocation. What we saw today, is it coming to a head? Right? Is it coming to a head? No, I'm not promoting violence, right? But I understand how these things can be overwhelming. I am a human being myself, and sometimes things trigger me. Sometimes things trigger me. And I could understand this morning that the Guyanese critic was triggered. I can understand that. Right? Just a second. Let me just download these videos.
I gotta fucking come back here. Three by the go on me, Mackay sent attack. Sorry.
Right. Right. So I don't want anybody to believe that Brian Max is no saint when they see them photos with he bloodied up there on Facebook. Brian Max has been going around constantly provoking people. Brian Max has asked me to meet you somewhere in 20 minutes to fight. Y'all know that, my viewers here. Y'all know that. Brian Max asked me to come and meet it in 20 minutes somewhere to fight. The night at Azruddin Mohammed Force rally, public meeting in Faith Harmony or Westminster, wherever you call it. The night of the meeting, Brian Max on a live telling me about make a move, make a move. And that was the first day that I saw Brian Max in person in real life. All the time I would see him online. And that's when I realized Brian Max ain't got two good legs to walk on. And Brian Max out here trying to fight everybody. He know judo and taekwondo and jiu-jitsu. How it worked this morning on the critic. I thought he would have grappled critic. And when he grappled critic, he would have flicked critic. We would have seen critic tumbling across the screen. He's this big jiu-jitsu, big fight man. Not the fight man, go to fight and get beat up. Now everybody, woo, look what you do to Brian. Look what you do to Brian. Even if Brian Max went to collect the money, right? Even if Brian Max, okay, Simona Brooms and Nadine Mohammed come out and say, Brian Max is our debt collector. He came there to collect the money. I think he calls. Yeah, y'all could call. Y'all could call. I'm putting number on the screen. Sorry. There it is. Right? WhatsApp calls. Even if he went there to collect the money on their behalf, look where we go. People talk about my attitude and my behavior, despite whatever the situation is. Doesn't that apply to Brian Max as well? If I was upset about something and I should not have acted in a certain way, as many persons would have said, despite the situation, doesn't that apply to Brian Max as well? If he's going to collect money on behalf of Simona Brooms and ask Mohammed, shouldn't he do that in a respectful, professional manner? Look at this.
Brian.
That's $500,000 jokey money.
How could the debt collector decide that the money is jokey? Did he call Simona Brooms? Big up yourself, Conan Bell. Did he call Simona Brooms? Did he call Ask Mohammed and say, this man got $500,000 here. I want this, collect it, don't collect it, tell his jokey money. He say anything? He call anybody? Did he say to the guy in his critic, champ, these people tell me they want 500 million as minimum down payment. This is the lowest we collecting. So this is jokey money. How Brian Max determined this is jokey money as the debt collector, according to him. And mind you, those two have not come out to say that they have empowered Brian Max to collect on their behalf. Carl, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Jones.
Morning.
Hey, I just saw that video, and there is absolutely no way Critic doesn't go to jail for that. That was unprovoked.
Okay.
He should go to jail. They should put him under the jail. The government should shut his tails down immediately. That was totally uncalled for. That was a violent beating. That was not a slap. That was a pummeling.
Okay.
And there is absolutely nobody. There's no justification unless that man raised a hand at him and hit him, deserves that beating, regardless of what he said.
Okay.
And I hope your listeners agree with that, because
they don't. Actually, they don't, because apparently they have a little more knowledge about Brian Max and his history than you. You understand? So when a man has been on video threatening to slaughter a government minister with a machete in his hand, how are you to determine what he is willing to do when he is in front of you in an angry and upset state? So thank you for sharing your opinion on the matter, but clearly you have no idea of the person that the Guyanese critic was dealing with. When the man would sit in his car, drive to the Guyanese critic's house, and piss on his fence, unprovoked, while he's sleeping in his bed. When this man would drive down Rob Street in his car and hit down all the cones in front of Freedom House, unprovoked, if somebody was standing there, what would he have done? So clearly, you don't have a history of Brian Max. Again, for the assault, however the chips fall, let them fall. But I am saying to you, sir, that you clearly don't know Brian Max and what he gives. This man threatened to fight me in person at a rally, unprovoked. And this is his behavior for years. For years. You understand? So I am not saying you're not entitled to your opinion on the matter, but I am saying to you as well that Guyanese who have knowledge of Brian Max and his behavior over the years, whilst they don't condone violence, they feel that his provocation to many persons over the years finally caught up with him, sir. That is what I'm putting to you.
No, and I respect that. So you're saying that whatever he says, words that he's done in the past, he's not done any violence, that at least you've never stated that he's done violence. He may have provocated, he may have provoked, but you're saying what he did this on that video warrant that level of beating that he had?
Here,
is that what you're saying?
I'm saying to you, sir, that this man would have openly in public made threats to persons at a higher level than the Guyanese critic. Persons who actually have security around them that can take him into custody for those things. So if that person caller is in my personal studio in an aggressive tone, knowing that he has put photos online where he walks around with an axe, a machete, and some other weapon in his vehicle. I don't know what he has in his waist. And he is there in such an aggressive manner. Persons may take matters into their own hands for their own safety. You understand? But again, thank you for sharing your thoughts. I'm moving on with my show. Right? Thank you for calling. Have a wonderful day. Everybody entitled to their opinion. That's his opinion, and that's fine. I am saying whatever is the outcome in relation to the Guyanese critic, in relation to the law with this, that is it. I have no issue with that. I subjected myself to the law in relation to my outburst, if you want to put it like that. You understand? But clearly that guy has no idea what the Brian Max gives. Clearly he has none. Yes, LFS Burnham, I did. Did you ask Aubrey if he did? So, like I'm saying to you, Brian Max for years has been going around the place, threatening people, threatening the vice president, the president, literally on video with a machete in his hand outside the Ministry of Education. Man, let me play the video. Because like that, I don't know what's wrong with that caller. On a serious note, you got a man like this in your studio and you see he advancing you and you ain't gonna defend yourself. Man, look, however the chips fall, let it fall.
That man on the channel, I gotta fucking come back here. Tell Alfonso I come back fucking here. I feel up on your mother spot, dude.
Imagine that. I hope the call is still on the show. This man threatened a sitting minister of government and a sitting city councillor. Them people got certain security around them to protect them. They ain't on critic level, critic beneath them. And he is brave enough to do that. The minister happened not to be in office that day. Happened not to be in office. And they are brave enough to do that. What he would do to critic, who ain't as up there as minister or the councillor. And what y'all need to understand, Brian say he step away from politics, he come back, he step away. He's being paid to do this. He is being paid to do this. Brian's aim, what Brian is being paid to do is to go around and provoke people into doing him something. And they're going to earn team win sympathy. This is nothing but ass money in fully bet. You understand me? This is ass money working here. All the people who tell me about, oh, process, and if you have a grievance, there's a process. This is the process. This is the process. Everybody who come now, the police called me back. I gave a statement. They investigating the matter. Right? When me and at the station. What's the process here? What's the process here? So anybody with a grievance, pick up a machete and go out in front of the ministry and threaten to kill the minister.
That prayer man and Chan, I gotta fucking come back here. Tell Alfonso I come back fucking here. I fell up with your arm on the spot, don't thief in the country out. Fuck your arm, man. This fucking country got stuff.
He's stuck in the middle of the road. Block the traffic. Jump out with a weapon. Wielding the weapon in front of people and in front of the ministry. And everybody on me for process. And y'all didn't expect Guyanese critic to defend himself when a man like that in front of you. For all you know, Brian got a chop in the waist or some police out choppy up jukey or something. And I'm pretty sure what happened this morning in that studio Ass had some part in it. That is my opinion. Ass had some part in it. Brian Max was never that brave. All Brian Max usually does do is look at the seawall. Look at the seawall. When he take the sledgehammer and broke up all the barriers and everything that they had there. Just following the process, just doing the right thing. So sometimes I talk about selective outrage. Stink mouth Paul slow didn't know to talk about that. That's not following the process. Stink mouth Paul slow in talk about this. But I bet you, come Monday or whenever the show is again, this matter is front and center for him. Yeah, well, Clifton, here's what I'm saying. In this, however it plays out, however it is dealt with law, sure. You understand? Sure. You're saying yes, he was invited. You understand? But just like how I went to the station, I was invited to the station, my behavior was bad. And my bad behavior caused the people there to try to rough me up and all kind of thing. So could it be that his bad behavior in the Guyanese critic place caused people to want to rough you up? I think one reporter said, Leroy Smith, the police should have manhandled me and throw me into the lockups because I was in the because I was in the station and going on like that. Right? Leroy Smith said so. The police should manhandle me. They should have manhandled me and thrown me in the lockups, despite an intoxicated police officer trying to work at the station. I ain't betting on proving. Right? But my point is selective outrage. Caller, good morning. Go ahead.
Morning. You still like Courdel?
Yes.
You know, this is my contribution. They got calls from overseas. I just logged into your program. You know, this is the irony in these overseas-based combat Guyanese. Can he try in whatever state he's living in to go urinate like Brian Mark, talking about unprovoked in the United States? Can he try doing that in any one of the areas?
Perfect example, Carlo.
Huh? What bullshit these Afro, especially Guyanese, who live overseas, try to tell people when we see the little boys getting shoot down in America and they can't even have a voice.
Right.
Huh? And they come to sit on the fence and tell us nonsense. Let he go and urinate on a white man or one own black man fence and see what happens to him.
Much less let him go and threaten the governor or some state official with a weapon in front of the house.
And history showed us in 2024 with the little black boy. They just step on the man land There's part 2 is called the resort. Right?
Yeah.
Even this Brian went too far. I just went to Brian. I think Brian's father had the place between Leopold and the thing with the light snappers and the street with the light snappers. I know Brian was wrong. You losing your mind.
Yeah.
Right? No, look what he do in front of me is by sheriffs there. Right?
Yeah.
So these people got biases, man. These people got buy their biases. Right? Now they're looking to say, oh, because he got 1 foot. He says he got 1 foot, then still the trouble. Alright? Still the trouble.
Yeah, Jesus. I agree with you,
man,
brother.
that's my contribution, man. Nobody showed dusting people. I let people know that Adam McCall from overseas. Let it try to talk. I would have called in and commenting on over there.
I completely agree with you. I should take care, brother. Seriously, you think Brian Max could have gone and pissed on that car offense and make a video of it in the States? Anybody from America on this live, can you do that? If somebody comes and pisses on your fence and makes a video of it and you have access to it, can you use that as evidence? Is that offense in the States? Could anybody tell me who living overseas? Canada, UK, anywhere? Could Brian Max go and with a machete and threaten a governor for an area, a leader for a school district or something? Call, good morning.
Yes, good morning. In the States here, somebody come and look out and come into your property unknown, is shoot. You don't beat up people away.
Well, persons are saying that Critic invited him. Remember, he said he was coming to collect money, and Critic said, well, come and collect the money. So he was invited into the studio. So that is the grounds that they're using to say, well, it's not an illegal entry into Critic place. You understand?
Yes, but the man working for a criminal. He working for a criminal. That is proven.
Yeah.
So you have to take all those things into consideration. Critic tell him, you touch the money. I mean, my money is there. You touch it. If it's so bad, touch it.
Yeah. And I'm saying too, he knows.
Assaulted Critic guests. So far, assaulted Critic guests.
Yeah.
You tell me no.
No, I am saying he knows that he and Critic is not friends. So even if my enemy invite me someplace, why am I going there? If I'm not looking for a problem?
Years of provocation. Not now. Years.
Yeah.
It's been a long time. Yeah, he's all what he got.
Yeah.
That's about what I say. I sorry for the barbecue. You know why? Look, Critic's hand size body. Let's have the most ringy.
Man, when I see the hand come around from till here, it's like, oh God. Oh, but honestly, no, hold on before you continue. Andrew, I am in agreement with you. The person in the comment section, because like you can bust a brain vessel. I keep saying whatever is the outcome in terms of the law, it is what it is. You understand me?
But he's capable of taking care of himself. He's capable. Law or the law. Critic is capable of taking care of himself.
Man, the people saying Critic taking on no case and it's assault and whatnot. However the law decide to deal with it, let them deal with it. But you can't play going to people and provoking them like that in their own personal space. And then when something happens to you, you act in surprise.
Yeah, Critic don't need a liar, you will see. Critic don't need a liar. Critic come in next half an hour, you might come back with a next live just.
Bye.
You see, and there's a perfect example to set. These people in Guyana do not set a stupidness. These people, just because they're opposition, they do so. Somebody had to set a perfect example. And there's a perfect example, serious.
Yeah, but we want no more of them examples. We're not condoning violence against Brian Max. Nobody else don't beat up Brian Max. Please. Good. Yeah, nobody else. Please do not touch Brian Max. No violence. Right? I am here to show you the history of provocation that led to the violence this morning. right? That led to the violence. So this is the individual that the guy in his critic was dealing with. Right? He backed my ass. And they're talking about I play like horrible. I didn't go into the police station with a weapon. I didn't threaten anybody that I just slaughter them. Call a good morning. Morning.
I believe the play my mark introduction before he entered the yard. Let me plan this out.
Oh, let me go to the page and see if I find it.
Yes, please do.
Thank you.
And then he come for everybody money, the money goes money too.
But that was saying none of them inside whether the Mackie did that collector.
But, and you would have go with the document.
Exactly, there's a process for Jesus Christ.
You just make sure they get the full understanding of it.
And that's why T page now.
You just be the part of the
14 hours ago. I ain't seen that unless he got this is the one we got himself holding 2 cap. As he put that picture. No, but you remember you can't get the profile at the time. The profile of the light was on. All right, good. Please do the for me. Because I check in here and I ain't seen it on his page. I probably got more than one page. Yeah, brother. Right? So even people see, know Brian going there, hot and sweaty, going there to cause problems with people. He got a picture here with 2 cats, but I don't think there's a profile. He's supposed to got the next one, I think. Okay, yes. We got one with you with this is it here. Let me see. Let me come over here.
All right. Written down by critic. Says he has the money from his house with him. So we're going to collect the money from critic. You guys are not going to believe this. You're not going to believe this. I'm trying to get out the building. My head of security locked the gate with a new lock and gone for buy food. Man gone to buy food. And I in the yard trying to break off the lock.
So Brian must have security. We fast forwarding and trying to get to
East to the workshop. Set up me blood pressure. Massively for blue. The party that matters. Over 50-something years with Chetty. 1.3 trillion. And then they went back. I've been driving on it now for like 3 weeks. When you go on to them. Well, don't worry. Traffic light. You hear that? Traffic light. Rocket science. Trinidad and Tobago. Once you have a traffic light, Granger has proven that the roundabouts are amazing. And the roundabouts are amazing to be. It's turned out to be the thing that you got, and it would trigger lights. If Jack Deere was able to call the top of the police force and get me all locked up with all the injuries that I got after those PPP hooligans with baseball over, so we can make sure you do. If you call again, Tony, I'll block your number for life. One single. I'm not replying to you. I'm gonna just block you. Forums anymore. You just unfriend you. You can't write anymore, people. Dancing goes about telling people that I blocked him. Oh wait. Dancing blocked me.
Dancing, your name calling. Dancing, your name calling.
You enable.
Wait.
Dancing blocked me after I put some licks in him.
See, he always talking verbal licks, physical licks. He ready to beat people all the time.
Licks, verbal licks. You enable, and he decided that he's better off. Let me just turn on this AC blowing. Sorry for that, guys. So we're heading down by Critic. We're here at Lonely Street. Crossing low life of a human being. Critic is a bully.
A bully that ain't coming by you, right? A bully that not coming in your space.
Crossing low life of a human being.
That is your views of Critic. Why are you going into his space? These are your views. Why are you going into space? He's crossing a low life of a human being. Why are you associating with Critic?
The Mormons did so much for Critic.
And there you go. Championing the rights for us. So in Brian Mack's view, because somebody would have helped you, and they then later go and do something that is against the law or may put you in trouble because of that help, you should stick with them through whatever it is. So the government should stick with us through whatever it is. Carla, good morning.
Good morning. This is Henry calling from the Netherlands.
Hi, Chief. Good morning to you. Thank you for tuning in from so far away.
Well, good. You've been talking about that peeing on somebody's fence.
Right.
In Holland here, you can't even pee in the bush.
Wow.
It's 80 euros fine if they find you peeing outside. Anywhere. Nowhere. Not even a child.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So that's the rules. And I think that is something they should implement in Guyana as well. People peeing all over the place.
Yeah, we culture, we got to
charge them. I know. I visit Guyana actually every year.
Okay.
Right? And I'll be there this Christmas. So
right.
Anyway, I'm enjoying your show. It's very informative. And you keep up the good work.
Thank you, brother. Take care.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Right. No, Mr. Wake and Vanessa Florence, is either y'all just tuning or y'all just trying to be extra stupid? I would have said that. I would have laid that scenario out as well. What are you talking about? Jesus Christ.
Mr. Shell Mohammed, who is my spiritual friend.
Spiritual friend. So you understand here. You understand here where this is coming from. Right? How he end up there. Like his spiritual friend give you some guidance to head down there. There you go. But Vanessa, bye-bye. Because you come like force this morning. I think you bring back some advice. Maybe I didn't abuse it with y'all. We can just get y'all away. It's okay. We got 541 people here left. So you going is not bad. Right? So y'all understand what's going on here. His spiritual guide. Take him out of his house. Firstly, encourage him to call Critical the show and requesting money as a debt collector. You understand? Requesting money as a debt collector. And an invitation was passed out. Come and collect the money. Look, I'm saying it here now, Mr. Wake, or whoever your name is. Right? And bro, nobody can send me to collect money for nobody. So I ain't gonna be in the situation. Right? Me gonna go to collect money for a soul.
Calms me down whenever I'm angry. You can just make one call. And I can move from 900 to 0.
Why you didn't call before you go to Critic? Carla, good morning.
Good morning, Courdel.
Morning.
I got two things that make I laugh this morning. The new heavyweight champion in the world floor, that idiot.
honest. I hear Daddy telling all the jail men he ain't forget them except the rapers. So what about the ones that were Murdoch?
Bye.
Yo, these people ignorant, you know? Really ignorant.
Bro, it's a serious situation, buddy. On a serious note, like I sometimes I don't even understand.
Listen, I'm watching this, and I was like, yo, they're ignorant. And you know what got me upset and watching? And it sounds bad, but nobody quality people running behind these people. You can't see what's going on. These people see what this man doing. This man is a Pablo. That is what all of them is doing when the Bible games want to run into politics. All of them.
The sad part about it is the people that finally don't read or look at documentaries to contrast the two. To see what, hey, this look like something you see on TV with this man doing here with you right now. You understand me?
They don't. You see, I'm going to a critic that a lot of them when people get vexed, they don't like to reach for themselves. They go to the pastors and stuff, and when the pastor tell them they run with the gospel, they don't go research for themselves.
Yeah.
Yo, it's sad, more.
Yeah.
Anyway, continue doing your good job.
Thanks for calling, brother. Thank you. Caller, good morning. Hello? Hello? So, this man is saying, Shell just calm me down. I don't know what kind of relation. She said it's a spiritual one, but yeah, Shell just calm me down. So if you were so upset this morning, why you didn't call Shell before you go in by critics? He could have calmed you down. He's take you from 100 to 0. You're a guy, Shell.
I can move from 900 to 0 in a hurry.
900 to 0. Call, good morning.
Good morning, Storm.
Morning.
Yeah,
Yeah, bro.
you doing? So we witnessed, I think in 97 we had Holyfield and Tyson. This morning we had critics and Mark. You know, right now we get their live stand-up comedy in the midst of all the election campaigning. We had some nice memorable moments. However, I started a new voters list, right? And it's about 713,000 registered electors, right? Of which the Forward Guyana movement seems to have a problem. Because their thesis is that the population is 750,000. The last time I checked, the population is not 750,000. Population is actually just over 800,000 persons. If I'm correct there, right? Are you familiar with the figure?
Yeah, Vishal.
Good. Now, if you look at, assuming now that of the 713,000, let's say about 680,000 persons vote this upcoming election, right? Because the last election was 680,000, now 4-something thousand, and just assuming that we have a good turnout this election, I will have to call the call because my credit actually needs finishing.
Oh, thanks. All right, so you get some credit and call me back, right?
Yeah.
Good. Caller, good morning.
Good morning, Courdel.
Morning.
No, this is a woman calling.
Okay.
Now, my thing is, you got people, not everybody that like you.
Right.
And you got people out there who don't like critics.
Right.
Everybody coming up with a whole thought about what I want to find out. If somebody like Brian Max or anybody that walk into any other body place, Brian Max know that he and critics is not friends.
Right.
Why will you walk into the man place? What did you expect him to do? Just shake your hand?
Apparently something.
I am happy that the best is on. I am happy. I am happy that the artists are blind. That we should do. Brian Max overdoing it. He's overdoing it. And then you want to tell him I'm just you should have talked to you, your mother, and all them foolishness. And who was taking from my master all the time? Everybody's rich happy, but when your shoes tight, when your shoes are tight, you can't tell me how many shoes tight. If I don't tell you how many shoes tight.
Yeah.
That's all I said. I want everybody to condemn and critique. I want to what they would have done in the place. What they would have done. That's what I want to know.
Right.
Thank you.
Thanks, Carla. So this guy is saying, and like I said, these people here, this is most likely a fake profile created from somebody I blocked early in the week to come here and, push whatever narrative us would like to push. I am of the opinion that Brian Max activities that happened this morning were sanctioned by Asruddin Mohammed, right? In an effort to put critic in a problem. I am saying that. However critic respond, however the law deals with it, chips fall where they may. But I am saying that this is provocation, I think, from T. Mohammed. Brian Max has never been that brave ever before. Ever before. They had many times Brian Max could have played driving up on critic and them kind of thing. Right? Why this morning Brian Max take guard out his task? Even the night when he went and pissed on critic friends, he didn't even holler out for critic. He pissed quiet, he go back in the car and then he go on back. Why this morning Brian Max gets so brave that he didn't even go to the fence, he go inside the fence. After receiving an invitation, because the guy is going to say he was invited in to come on the live. You and this man are not friends. Both of y'all. Brian Max being threatening he being threatening Brian Max. Back and forth. Why would you, and then, okay, fine. You say you're trying diplomacy. You're going there in a hostile manner, insulting guests for critic in critic space. So you can't even say you're going to quiet to have a discussion about this money and the payment plans and that kind of thing, right? And even if you want to say if critic has friend and foe on his show, even the foes come in a respectful manner on his show. Because it is his show, in his studio, in the property that he either renting or own, or wherever it is, I don't know. Did David Hines go on like Brian Max on his show, brother? Did David Hines go on like Brian Max on his show, doing a counter live at the same time, standing in front of the camera, screaming at the other guests on the show, and cursing and going on, and well, critic discuss on his live too. So let me take the part. But did David Hines behave like Brian Max on critic show? And that's the kind of arguments these idiots just put forward. How could you compare David Hines to Brian Max? Even when David Hines was vexed with Freddie, David Hines didn't operate in no way, shape, or form like Brian Max at no point in time. David Hines didn't get up with a phone and start a live. David Hines didn't say what he said about, and David Hines don't like the vice president, he don't like the president, he don't like the PPP. David Hines didn't tell another guest that a government official and them having some sort of mail-on-mail intercourse and that kind of thing on the live. What kind of stupid comparison is this? Gotta be somebody from Team Mohammed. The stupidity of this comment. So even if he was invited in, his behavior after he was in constituted hostility. So even if he come to collect the money, you didn't even come in and say, well, critic, as Mohammed and Simona Brooms have designated me. So now look at this. Dismantle he point. So now me and critic is friend. You ever see me and critic climbing anywhere? You ever see me and critic in a photo anywhere? After you dismantle the nonsense that they put forward. Oh, it's down to friends. So it's friends. You come with a better argument. You understand? Bye.
And to imagine that he was so nice to critic. He was so nice to critic. You'll be passing the Lonely Street.
Right? So he go in there with intention. So he is saying that critic is ungrateful to the Mohammeds. Now, to me as a debt collector, you shouldn't be worried about the previous relationship between who owe and who you collecting from. You just there to collect the money. You won't care about how long the money owe and how it come to owe and if it's excavator, front end loader. You don't care. You get told, look, this is the amount you're going to collect. This is the person you're going to collect it from. This is where it live. This is the document that authorizes you to collect this money on our behalf. And this may be, Brian Max may be telling us now that Simona Brooms and us are in bed together too, since they're using the same debt collector. Anyway.
Turn through by the church. Church of prayer goes to. You know that whole cutlass story that they're trying to push? Why do you think the police ain't reached by me yet? If I had a cutlass threatening prayer, they would have reached by me already. But they know it's not true. They know that I went there to protest that they're building.
Man, it's what the hell is this here, man? What is this?
That prayer man in China gotta fucking come back here. Tell Alfonso.
That is a machete. It's not a full cutlass. It's a machete. Put the case in his next hand.
Drop your arm on the spot, do teeth in the country out. Your arm on the spot, do teeth in the country. Fucking here. I fell up on your arm on the spot, do teeth in the country out.
You literally.
Fuck your arm, man. This fucking country got stuck. They gotta stop roving around in this fucking country. Every fucking thing these fucking put you on teeth.
And then the things you hear, everything, the C word. Racist. Carla, good morning. Please turn on the TV in the background. Or wherever you're looking at this. Carla.
Hello.
Please turn on whatever you're looking at us on. You're hearing it in the background.
Yeah, but you need to let this video play a little that people could get to understand. Go really go, yeah. Oh, okay. Thank you very much. But you need to let this video play that people could see and understand what's really going on. Thank you very much.
Okay, brother. He won't pausing so much. Right? So let me go back to Brian. Let me go back to Brian.
They're building, you gotta pass it. But I know that has made them silent. Who would dare to go underground? Right? He's got his excavator in front. Let's park across the road for Mr. Critic before he runs and say, oh, the police. Right, Matt? So we gotta park a way off, right? And park a way off. And keep the live on. No weapons. Not just me and Mr. Critic. Right? One second. Critic! Come downstairs!
Listen, anytime I hear anybody tell anybody come downstairs, I just crack up. Look, this little song is pretty colors here. One more time.
Downstairs!
So you're invited there. You don't go and ring the bell. You standing on the road, hollering out a man name in the neighborhood. You understand me? In an aggressive manner. So you wouldn't even come for collect you little money in peace on the people on behalf.
Critic! Come downstairs!
Lola. Lola. Hello, good morning. Carl, good morning. Why do they keep listen? The next time this overseas person call and hang up, I'm gonna block you from calling me. If you don't want to call, please don't call.
In the studio, get locked in. Car party. Vehicle park. Shelly vehicle. Broken up Shelly fucking vehicle. Terry saying, why y'all got this low life boy with your sister boy? Robbing shit. Why? Eh?
Look at this. Now imagine you going and bringing other people's family. Would the God do it? Nothing. You want critic at your personal problem. Whoever sister decided they were critic, they got nothing to do with it.
Yeah, let me tell you something. I don't play.
Okay.
I don't play.
Okay.
If I say come in, I come in.
You see what I'm talking about. I'm glad that the caller highlighted this so we could go to the video. Look at Brian Mack's posture going in. He didn't even reach inside yet. And with this display, you would think, I swear I hear somebody snoring at the end of the video. I'm not trying to laugh, but this guy has been constantly going around. This reminds me of another guy I know, a banner named John. I'm going to say his last name. But this reminds me of a banner named John. He does do jiu-jitsu or something. Right? And how this man is going, just generally you frightened to get a confrontation with John. Just how John is talking about we know and how he could hold you and break your hand and block you out in seconds and them kind of thing. Is either Brian Max bluffing or Brian Max intentionally and do nothing so that critic could beat you up so critic could get in trouble? Because the way Brian Max is talking about his martial arts skills, the box come from till here. Till quite here. Brian had time to react, catch it, and deal with critic. So is either he bluffing with all these years about this martial arts thing, or he went there with the intention to provoke critic into doing something to him. You understand me? But let me continue. Listen to Brian. Brian's tone and posture before he enters TVN studio.
I don't play. If I say come in, I come in. Hear what I tell you? You tell critic I was here. What? Come. I come in your fucking yard. I want my money outside.
What? Critic see on the camera. Critics see on the camera. You understand? Critics see on the camera. You say you don't like critic, he's a low life, this and that. Why go there?
No, I ain't coming to your property. Come outside.
You can invite the man in.
Come move off. I come in your fucking yard, man. Me frightened you nothing you got in your fucking yard.
I invite you inside.
But watch, the critic ain't cuss the critic being quiet and think he got the money there for him to come.
Bring the money.
No, come straight in.
Look at that dark fucking studio is this, buddy.
Critic ain't aggressive, nothing towards.
Who is this joker?
Mohammed send you the money.
Mohammed send me for the money.
Look. Critic got the money on the table, willing to give it to you. You say you come to collect the money. Up to now, since you out there, the critic ain't cost you yet. He said, come in, count the money. Come in, count the money. Soon as Brian Max come in, you start abusing the man, guess.
Yes, buddy. Who is this joker?
Mohammed send you the money.
Mohammed?
You see that? You look, OC Rogers there. You just to try, you start to attack OC. OC didn't tell you a word. At least not yet.
Send me for the money.
Mohammed send you for the money. You got to present some kind of documentation. You bring a receipt book for gear, receipt for the money you're collecting. It's just so people just decide these debt collectors are the persons. So I could go to somebody who I know got money for somebody and say, hey, they send me for collecting money. It's just like this happen.
Mommy send that's joking money, it's not the money.
Pick it up.
Brian Max is confrontational through all of this. The man saying, this is what I have, I'm making a payment. Brian Max in a confrontational man. That's joking money. Me wonder. Brian Max is not the person that is owed. Brian Max and call Simona, he call us. Look, this man got 500,000. Who we do? We collecting it, yes or no? Even if they give him a minimum amount of $1 million, Brian don't collect nothing less than $1 million. You need to say that to critic, bro. These people tell me, don't collect nothing less than $1 million.
It's a part of it.
Look, even what he's saying, the man willing to make a payment, you say he owe. He's willing to make a payment. For all they know, he borrowed the money from us. You never know. OC must say, man, strap these people carry on. All they say, man, give him a payment. OC is there as a witness. With these things, he's got to receipt and document that the money hand over this amount and this amount. Or else he's end up in Cybertruck problem. But lucky, Cybertruck people had video for sure well they pay and people counting all the money and them thing. Where he's got these things, he's got signed thing. So OC is probably there as a witness, to sign as witness, a secret hand over 500,000 to Mohammed and Simona Broom's debt collector, Brian Max. So that in case anything go missing, you know, well, at least this amount of money left TV and studio with Brian Max.
Hey, OC, shut your fucking mouth.
Look how you talking to the man guest in the place. Look how you talking to the man guest, nobody in there in Brian Max premises. You won't come to OC Rogers. You come to Brian Max. Morning to you too, Eric Williams. Morning to you too. Right? You won't come to Brian Max. You won't come to OC Rogers. So look how you assaulting, you pointing in OC Rogers' face. Based on what I heard from the police recently, pointing in somebody's face is an offense. Were you pointing in people's faces an offense? So this is what kind of threatening behavior? I don't know. The police got to let us know.
OC, shut your mouth.
It's a part of the money.
OC, shut your mouth.
A lot of talk. Yo, pick up the money. This is
aggressive with OC. All OC saying to you, bro, this is a party. Probably trying to calm him. Now, Brian come in there like a terrorist. Brian come in there like a terrorist. This is how Mr. Quake or whatever your name is. This is how David Hines came into TVN Studios. This is how David Hines operates in TVN Studios. for you to make that idiotic comparison. This is how David Hines behaved. With all the stupidness David Hines does talk, with all the shenanigans that he does pull, David Hines will come with this. I ain't answering no private numbers. If you call on private, I ain't taking a call. I want to see a number. I want to see who calling me. If you call on private to get on the show, take off the call ID block. So when you call to tell me stupidness, I could call you back, or people could call you back. So don't call on private. If you call private, I ain't answering. And mind you, you could call with a different view on the matter on the show and hear your views. That is quite fine. Just don't call them private. Anyway, so there was no reason to attack OC. So you creating a hostile environment on your own.
The money for the that's joke. That's what you got.
That is what the man had. Let me see. Who's this? This person testing my faith this morning. Why are you calling on video? Let me call you back. Let me call you. Okay, I'm glad you declined the call. Let me block you now. Thank you. Let me block you. Because clearly you never know. All right. Back to cricket. Back to cricket. Anyway, you can't type. I don't block you. Right? So look at the threatening behavior towards O.C. Rogers. O.C. Rogers and say a bad word to Brian Max. It's part payment. Calm down, bro. It's part payment. Look at it here. Look how he's stepping up towards O.C. Rogers. Stepping towards O.C. Rogers. Look.
Joker.
Mohammed send you the money.
Mohammed send me for the money. Mohammed send. That's joking money. It's not the money.
Pick it up. It's a part of it.
Hey, OC, shut your fucking mouth. OC, shut your mouth.
Look how Brian Max, who just been in front of the Ministry of Education with a machete, stepping up to O.C. Rogers in a threatening manner, pointing in his face. Call, good morning.
Hi, morning, Mr. Jones. How are you?
Go ahead.
I'm looking at this whole scene that played out here.
Right.
Let me see this. And honestly, I just enjoy your show, the Pathetic show and everything. Critic cutting everybody.
Right.
Everybody. Black, Indian, police, each side.
Right.
And you know what? He invited that man, actually gone, beg him in to come in.
Okay.
You hear O.C. Rogers said? Critic fighting for coming. O.C. Rogers said, we win on you. You can still have happen. All of that. If you put it back to state cleaning. I don't condone the violence, my brother. I am saying, look, everybody know Brian Max, something is wrong with him up to you. You understand me? You invite him in, you show him money. If the man picks up the money and continue to shoot him now, you just say, man, go for peace.
No, you can say that because on the live, he invited him to collect the money.
Yeah, but the man didn't collect the money.
No, but hold on. Put in the, you're saying that he was invited in there to collect the money, right? But he came in. When he came in, did critic address him in an aggressive manner or tell him anything aggressively? Wait. You're just looking at the video. You came. Hold on.
Your show and every other thing. The problem here is that the violence did not call for the violence. Everybody, buddy.
The police has to deal with the violence. The police has to deal with the violence.
When I
said that over and over again. I am saying to you, hold on, Carlo. Hold on a second.
Yes,
you said at the beginning when you were talking that critic invited him in. What did critic invite him in for? Not to collect money?
No, because y'all know games of people. I am saying I don't even know. If was
No, but how? No, man, wait. How could you make that determination? Critic just made an attempt to pay Azadine.
Genuinely to give him the money.
All right, Carlo.
Determine that part of it.
Yeah, but how could we determine that it is not genuine? Since we can't determine it's genuine, how we could determine it's not genuine?
My own position, sir, is that I don't condone violence. When I looked at the thing on Facebook, you got to kick the man up, man. Oh, man. You know,
So you would have been under Brian Max's post and all the times he has been threatening people, calling them out to fight, and have you been advocating this same non-violence stuff with Brian Max? All right, before you go, I want to ask you a question. So if you were Brian Max, and let's say you're going there for a legitimate reason, you're going to wait. Let's say you're Brian Max, you crazy just like you're going. And you were asked to collect money on behalf of Ashadeen Mohammed and Simona Brooms, as Brian Max said. Do you think you would need some type of documentation to say, well, these people empower me? You think you would want that? Or you just showing up to collect?
You looking at Brian Max, from and he has the program says it's not no cutlass or anything he has.
Right.
I looked at the guy as he got a mental problem. Sorry, the guy not said something. He got a mental problem. Brian Max, something is wrong with him.
Yeah.
I have a staff who is to work with me. I would Brian Max usually just opposite sexual life. And think about it. But looking at all his videos and all his stupidity, he definitely something is wrong upstairs with him, just like Daggy and the rest of them. Something is wrong with them mentally. They're not stable people. So, number one, I wouldn't even invite a man like Brian. Brian and Critic probably used to be friends. I don't know.
Probably.
They know each other. And Brian Max, and if you notice Brian Max, we tell him Critic when he gets up, sit down. Brian, to me, he bluff. He go in there. He bluff. He want to play this big buy. He mental capacity. And you know what? He just bluff and expect Critic to be friendly and do that. I'm saying, one flat body, you ain't got to kick the man. You don't kick people, man.
Yeah, well, I understand where you're coming from there. To me too, when I saw it.
I'm not like Brian, you know, but things like that, I walk away from people. Look, you're driving on the road. A man get a mile away from the pedestrian crossing, take your time and walking across. When I reach opposite tree there, the man insult. The man lash me here.
What?
Yeah, me and him come out because I don't want to get into trouble. You walk away from certain things.
Yeah.
The car get lost is not good. Probably if you're not clear to be trouble. But you know, you walk away. But I'm like Brian Max, my brother. Me and Brian Max cost me. I just walk away because I'm admiring TV. Something wrong with him. I'm saying the violence is a part of it.
I agree with you.
And you slap you one time, don't go kicking them, mama. You don't kick people. You don't use your foot for that.
I agree with you. I see the punches. I can't say that I saw the kicks. I probably gotta look back at the video. Probably we can see it here now. Right? But what I'm saying is all of us are human. Yeah, this is Brian Matt's video we're watching here now. All of us are human. And so everybody has a breaking point. Some of us breaking point higher than others, but everybody got one. But thank you for calling and sharing your thoughts with us. Yeah, well, you see what Critic does do it. Critic does fuss hold a second. Critics discuss everybody. Critics discuss everybody from his studio, right? From his studio. He don't go into nobody personal space. Well, you understand what I mean? On his show, he doesn't go. So like he didn't go into Brian Max's yard to do a live to cuss Brian Max. You understand where I'm coming from? To collect money. I got other callers calling. You got called back another day. I got other people calling. Right? Thanks. Caller, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, Bob.
Morning, Chief. Go ahead.
No, Muhammad cannot send by a Max. Cannot send by a Max to collect $50 million when he have 3 lawyers representing this money in court. It would take. Now, Simona Bloom would not send Brian Max to collect this money when Dexter Todd, she lawyer, have to deal with this matter. It takes 2 mad persons to send Brian Max to collect $58 million.
Right.
$58 million is not $50,000.
Right.
Right? So this money, these 2 persons would get the liar to deal with it. Brian Max looking for trouble. On this Saturday morning, he just decided that I feel like getting some trouble and go at critic place and find himself in trouble. But he got lucky this morning that he didn't pick up the money. He can't critic with the shooty.
No, we don't know that. We don't know that. I am assuming critic was going to make a payment.
But this, yes. I'm going to take back the point. But this guy looked for trouble this morning. Mona Broom's more bright than that for send Dexter Todd. Because send Dexter Todd to collect she money.
Yeah.
Right? Muhammad Lion got to deal with his money. Nobody would send a madman to collect $58 million. So think about it.
Yeah, I got you, caller. Thank you for sharing. Right. So nobody didn't go and shoot nobody. At least I don't know that, and I want to encourage anybody to probably put that information out there. I have no evidence of that. Based on what I saw, Brian Max called a guy in his critic asking about a payment. Critic told him to come for the payment. He came outside the critic place, behaving lewd. Critic invited him and said, look, this is the amount I have right now. He started to abuse critic's guest, and we're continuing here now. This is Brian Max live we're looking at.
It's a part of the money.
Osi, shut your mouth.
A lot of talk.
Yo,
Pick up the money. This is the money for the
That's
money.
joke. That's what you got there. What you got there? $2 million? That's not even $2 million. That's $500 million.
$500 million? Brian.
That's $500,000. Jokey money.
Pick up the money, nobody.
Pick up joke. You want about $50 million. And I got me for Simona Broom's money too.
So these 2 persons need to state whether they sent Brian Max here to collect without a court. What is called these people in the court? A bailiff? Not bailiff. A court martial. Without a martial, no paperwork, just live, loud, and aggressive.
OC fucking Rogers.
Look. Mind you, I'm saying yes, critic discuss on he live. But as the person invited to collect money, not to be on the live show, you walk in during the live and going on at a rate.
Like you beat up and slap up in the supermarket, OC.
You know,
matter dealt with in court.
You worry with what gonna happen to you.
What are you doing with the girl? This police charge you yet?
You worry with
police charge you yet?
You worry. So engaging OC Rogers, who invited to collect no money, who he don't have no issue with. Did the police charge you yet for the behavior outside of the Ministry of Education? Did the police charge you yet for the dangerous driving on Robb Street? Did the police charge you yet for the public nudity in Luluni Street. So these are the people who love to talk about what other people have done and what other people are doing. But in their pursuit of justice and righteousness, they're right alongside everybody breaking all the laws as well. So you talking OC story, but you were talking you story.
What gonna happen to you?
What happened to
punk?
me?
You are gonna happen to you, punk.
So now OC get vexed because you come in, you're talking to you nice. Bro, look, calm down, this man get a party, man. You start, shut your mouth, shut your mouth. I'm going on. So OC get vexed now. So OC start talking back to you aggressive. Because clearly Brian Max is the biggest, baddest man in Guyana. The biggest, baddest bad boy in Guyana. That everybody should be afraid of. Because his brush. Kung Fu Panda. Kung Fu Panda. You understand? Kung Fu Panda. Everybody's supposed to frighten Kung Fu Panda. And he show up. He gonna and flip you. That's what he gonna do. I tell y'all, you remind me of John.
Bogger you.
Hey man, what gonna happen to you?
This is where it escalates. Critics sitting quietly all the time asking the man to collect the money, count the money, probably so he could go his way and he could continue his life in peace. And Brian Max continues to disrespect. Look at this.
Punk.
You are gonna happen to you, punk.
Barrett's bogger you.
And your mother. Hey man, what? And your mommy.
So hold on. Just as how PNC people just take offense when people talk about Harvey Norton and Burnham and all them just come here. People just take offense when you disrespect people they got respect for too. You understand? All the time the man asks you to come collect the money. Collect the money. Look the money there. Come collect the money. You want to collect the money. You determine this too little bit. You going on like it ain't good. This is the person who been trying to call me. Did I say it will be? Darlex Mooney? Did I say it will be? I am showing you the provocation that led to the altercation after. Brian Max going to collect the money, issue a receipt. He cussing and going on in the people's studio. You in somebody else's property, being hostile and whatever else you want to call it. So you see how some PNC people is ready to defend what they believe in or what they love? You see how people from the PNC just be ready to defend the name of Burnham and the name of Aubrey and Granger and whoever else, whichever faction they supported. They're ready to defend the name when people talk stupidness. Look what this man go to. So you talking with C. Roger story and you're getting on these skin. So you decide to get more disrespectful.
You worry what gonna happen. You worry what gonna happen to you.
What happened to me?
You worry what gonna happen to you, punk.
Barrett's.
And the worst thing O.C. Roger said to you is you call you a punk. He called you a punk. That's the oh shucks. I forget to put his phone on silent. I gotta watch out when people call in now. Oh, this guy called back again. Let me give you a chance. Let me give him a chance. He was calling for a while. Hi, caller. Good morning. You're live.
Hey, good morning. Good morning, Courdel. I was just calling to make a little input with that.
Sure, go ahead.
What happened this morning. So, between you, Brian Max went to a government official office with a weapon and threatened the people to kill a minister and I think it's a counselor.
Right.
There is no possible word in the Caribbean or let me say South America, or one of these first world countries, you could do that, bro. It could be if you're mad or not. The authority would arrest you, and if you need help, they would put you in some kind of rehab or something.
Right.
So this whole thing was out of hand from the beginning. And I watched this show, I watched this guy. This guy behaved stupid, really stupid. And well, I'm not endorse any violence or anything, but he really looked for what he get this morning. You know why? The man was inviting him to come, and he knows it's a beating he's gonna get, bro. The man was telling him he's gonna beat him, brother. And he came for that beating, and he go in the man's studio. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not endorsing it, but the authority needs to do a better job in that country, bro. They're causing a lot of problems. This guy should be arrested the same day when he went to the minister office.
Yeah.
Trust me. If it was any other country, let me use the Caribbean. If it was in the Caribbean cell, that person would be in jail or be in some rehab, bro.
Yeah, I agree.
Anyhow, of course. But every morning, and you're doing a good job, bro, and keep it up, brother. Have a great day.
Thank you for sharing. I agree with the caller. In my opinion, even if I was made the debt collector, the person I collecting the debt forgot give me some kind of documentation. Because I can tell him straight away here. Me and the man don't agree. So me want this man feel like coming to he on a personal level with anything I decide. So give me some documentation to show that I here for this money. This is the only reason I'm here. This is the only reason I'm here, to collect this money. To collect this money. Right? This is the only reason that I'm here. But no, he's a big boy. He's a big boy. Caller, good morning.
Hey, good morning, bro. It's my first time calling in here. So I was looking at that live when he called Critic on the phone and tell him he's gonna collect the money with a left hook.
Really? So I gotta go back to Critic Live and check that.
Look back at Critic Live and you're gonna see it. I look back at it for like 3 times to make sure. And I see it. Yeah, he's gonna come collect the money with a left hook. That is when Critic said.
So he's the aggressor.
He was, and then he still got the guts to come in, go in Critic house. He's a bad man. But you know what? A lucky, I don't know, Critic got all that, temperament like to keep it down. But it was me. He couldn't even walk.
No, but Critic said on the show before. Critic said on the show before. Critic is carry a firearm. Critic said if you pull out a gun pony, he pull out a gun, but he gonna fight your hand to hand.
No, but no. But not in that way. I would have dismantled his limbs.
No, man, you can't go so far.
You see, limping. No, Courdel, Brian Max think he's the baddest man in Guyana.
I agree.
I thought he would have flown Critic when Critic get up there. I look out to see Critic on the ground. Not only he would be the one on the ground with all the big blasted mouth, but you know what? I want to say something to the Guyanese public. You see what Muhammad doing to people, and it's not like Negro is Indian and he's a Portuguese or whatever he calls himself. But they're setting up everybody. They want everybody to go down with them.
Yeah, not me. I don't get in trouble already.
No. They got, listen, they got 80% of Guyanese smarter than, but the 20% gonna fall for it.
I know you're saying,
the first thing is the money.
Yeah.
Show them money. The script show them money and they're gonna do anything.
But
you got some educated one. That is why some of the script then looking up to Muhammad, because he got some educated fools going with Muhammad. Like the one I guess want to come back from America the other day. I can't remember his name.
Sorry, I see a comment here. I just wanted to put it on the screen. Oh Lord, somebody saying that Critic beat Brian Max with a gun.
No, never.
Oh my God! Look,
Critic didn't have a gun in here. I mean, you look back. They can look back at the live, but you know what?
Lord,
they wouldn't see that.
These people.
No, that is what. No, you know what? That is what the statement I think Brian Max put out.
Oh,
he was beating with a gun. Oh. Yeah, he put I saw it on social media. Yeah,
we gotta go and look and check. We gotta go and check. I'm pretty sure Critic got
but I'm telling you,
in the studio too. So.
Yeah. Pretty get up with the bare hand, man. You can see where I see when the hand go wrong, and it's a slap you get on the fire on the ground. I can't believe Byron Max with all the big mouth he got.
But I hear you to hear like snoring in the, like this man go to sleep right away.
Yeah. He's early in the morning, he didn't wake up as yet. Another thing, you see, you look at the video how Muhammad lie about Irfan Ali and whatever, and then he come back and say, oh, he never got a problem with Irfan Ali. It's just so Brian Max lie about that incident when he went with the 2 machete in his hand at the when prayer man in China and say you're gonna slaughter them and whatever you're gonna do. And he come back and lie, say, you know what? Why you think the police didn't come and arrest me? Because they didn't have any cutlass. Man. These people have one, birds are one feather flock together, but I'm glad it happened that way. I think didn't do anything else.
Well, me too, that it didn't escalate any further. Anyway, thank you for calling. Let me give somebody else a chance. I see a couple people calling here.
Yeah, you take care, bro, and keep up the good work you're doing, man.
All right, brother.
I really appreciate it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I swear, Kung Fu Panda with a dismantle critic. Dismantle. I snore heavy. We gotta get back to this. Like, caller, good morning. I saw you calling. I didn't get through. You're live.
Good morning. I was just making a call to you. It was a mistake. However, I do have a point I want to talk about when it comes to Mohammed and the governments that people are pointing out. If the government is that corrupted, but Mohammed is still the richest man in Guyana, how is that possible? Like, make the math make sense to me. That's all I'll point out for now.
All right, brother. Yeah, well, we got Steve. We hope you're still here. We're making our way through the video. You said they had some gun. Let me see. So he attacks O.C. Rogers and then jump over to the General Secretary. Dr. Jagdio. So let me go.
Bogger you.
And your mother.
Hey man, what?
Yo, the police charge you yet?
You worry what
police charge you yet?
You worry what's gonna happen to you?
What happened to me?
You worry what's gonna happen to you, punk?
Barrett is bogger you.
And your mother.
Hey man, what?
And your mommy.
Sit down back critic.
What's wrong with you?
Sit down back critic.
Don't fucking go back to the fucking place. I'm playing your mother.
One touch, lady.
Get the fucking
on the ground.
Get
one touch.
Your mother son in fucking playing with them. Mother son, no move.
You're doing any my place.
Snoring.
They're doing any my place.
Snoring. No man.
Huh?
Deep sleep.
They're doing it in my place. What are you doing in my place?
Deep sleep.
You can fucking threaten me?
One touch.
You worry about
police charge you yet?
Deep sleep. With the gun there. With the gun there. Where is the gun? Where is the gun?
Boy mouth full of concrete. So police side fight for years, them don't see them. Boy, that could the last 1 week. From them with the families, man, they have to weep. See them, so me see. Beat and teach. So beat and teach.
Where's the gun? Again, however the law decide to deal with it, that's their business. I'm making this live in my personal capacity as a Guyanese citizen, Courdel Jones. Any views expressed in this live are my personal opinion and doesn't reflect the thoughts or views of any other person or organization or news outlet. Personal thoughts of Courdel Jones. Where's the gun? Where was all of the the trophies. So that is why I said to y'all earlier, I firmly believe this was a setup for critic. Brian Max supposed to be either a second degree or third degree black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Oh. You won't defend yourself in any way, shape, or form. And then to keep forgetting to look at the phone, put it on silent. I'm gonna put it on vibrate, so at least I can hear it vibrating. Right? You forget all your training. You forget all your training. What madness is this? What madness is this, really? Somebody in the comments say you play silly games, you win silly, you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. I got some enemies. I personally, people who owe me money, I won't go by them to collect no money. Much less go to collect money on somebody's behalf, knowing how controversial in the persons involved are. No documentation. I go in the most aggressive manner that I could possibly go there in. Look at this.
You worry what's gonna happen to you.
Then disrespecting the general secretary.
Happen to me.
You worry what's gonna happen to you, punk.
Barrett is bugger you.
And your mother. Hey man, what? And your mommy.
Hold on.
Sit down back critic.
What's wrong with you?
Sit down back critic.
Don't fucking fucking place.
Carl, good morning. Please turn on what you're looking at. Critic, hypocritic. Jesus Christ. Carla, please turn on your whatever you're looking at us on, please. The caller listening to the thing, you listening to me. All right, next caller. Jesus Christ. Carla, good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
From Bartica. There's a video in your somewhere in your collection there from Bartica where an incident with Brian Max took place last week Monday in a speedboat towards Bartica, right? It's sent to you. Right, you can check it out.
I'm going there now. Thank you.
Check it out.
A video. Send. All right, taking long to send by comment from Bartica. We'll be live for a while, so it should be here by the time. Call good morning. Again, they're listening to the show and they're listening to the phone. Call good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, sir.
I was watching the show this morning with critics. That man really gave bad when he came here. Because the man was Barack about a year and the mother and everything. Critics does property for a long and he breathing like when he dead. Critics they have no gun. But people have put up things that the man be with gun. Like every man, he does what? Critics show and does what Courdel Jones.
You can see how we can get quiet again. He's messing around people, then somebody's lash out, then he's crawling the hole.
Yeah, let me call you to tell you.
All right, brother. Thanks for coming through.
Okay.
Bartica man waiting on the video. I know it's taking long because of the internet up there, but I'm waiting on the video. Please send it. Oh, y'all hold on a second, please. I'll get in this video.
beat and teach. So beat and teach, beat and teach. Beat and teach, cassava please beat and teach. Beat and teach, beat and teach. Yeah, beat and teach. Step over them, make everybody see. Just be the beat and teach. We not put boy in them place to take them out of that. Them not have no action, no them finger that's them out of chat. Me lips seal, what a fireball come out so from them walking at the war.
Right, caller, go ahead. Good morning. Go ahead.
Yeah, that incident with critics and Brian Max. Brian Max is very, very disrespectful. Why he have to all, every time these guys open their mouth is about the VP, it's about Barrett. What does Barrett have for them? You see, I read that every time they just attacking this guy. You know, the reason why is because they can't reach his class.
I think so. They got personal problem with this man. They got personal problem with this man. Now I was calling his name.
Barrett is an easygoing man. Very understandable. We expect better out of him. I don't think it has anybody better than that guy. Brian Max overdoing it. He overdoing it.
Yeah.
Over the edge.
Yeah.
You know? What you see he get there, he deserves every ounce. Every single ounce he deserves. I can't stop laughing this show. This thing got me endorsed since morning. Since I see this thing, I can't go on the road because people might think I'm mad like he too.
He was struggling though.
I keep laughing all the time. I keep laughing all the time.
People are laughing the beat up, you know. People laughing the fact that Brian Max professed to be this big fight man. This big fight man.
He got 1.5 foot. Where he going? Where is he going? Where is he going? And critics, I know critics got a lot of mouth to it, like course people, yes, but he doesn't mean anything. That's a password now.
No, but my thing is,
people costing you, people, you know what I mean?
My thing is, if critic costing you, critic doing it from his life away from you. Critic doesn't come to you and in your face and them kind of thing. So there's a big difference. Anybody, Brian Max has cost people too. Brian Max costing people every day on the show. But you venture into my personal space.
He's so personal that he got till into the man place and behaving like he owned the man.
He went to collect money. So don't let me just say he went there. He went to collect money and decided not to collect it.
All right. He went to collect money. He gave anybody money that he going and collect money.
Well,
he collect what he had to get there. He collect what he had to get there.
Carla, will share this video that I just get from Bartica with Brian Max so y'all could see the true nature of the piece. So thank you for calling and sharing with us, right?
Okay then, you take care. Bye.
Take care. Right, fresh off the presses. Yeah, I think Brian Max easy. This here fresh. Fresh. We didn't even think this on social media yet. Y'all can see it here first. Look at Brian Max.
You see, I write it. Well,
Blessings.
That is nice. That is nice.
Tell Jack, they all gonna bugger your fun again.
Jack, they're gonna bugger your fun all the
time. Yeah, fun get bugger.
Jack, they've got to jumping.
Irfan get bugger.
Irfan bugger.
Irfan is bugger.
All of you know Irfan is bugger. Yes.
That's why I got more money than you, your hungry belly dog.
Irfan is an anti-man Muslim. Irfan is an anti-man Muslim.
You believe he's hungry belly?
All y'all hungry belly.
Hungry belly?
All y'all is hungry belly.
Are you living in 1960 fucking fool?
That's how we just roll.
Yeah.
Jack, you want to trust about my head?
So at least we know he got Mommy's money. Right? And he seems to have an issue with Indian people. He called the minister, Manik Chan, the C word. And he's had an argument with 2 Indian women there.
Yes.
That's why I got more money than you hungry belly dog.
Everyone is an anti-man Muslim. Everyone is an anti-man Muslim.
You believe he's hungry belly?
All y'all hungry belly.
Hungry belly?
All y'all hungry.
Now, this lady, I don't know what happened before, but this lady here was sitting quietly. And apparently the hungry belly comment is what upset her. You understand? So she jumped in. So he know, I don't know if she told him any they had a confrontation before. No, she's all y'all is hungry belly.
I live in 1964.
Look, he flossed with Mohammed money. Flossed with the sanction man money. And people vex because banks closing our accounts. We don't know where they're collecting the money from. They don't know. They don't know where you're getting the money from. That's why the banks closing all accounts. They don't know where you're getting the money from. Brian Max never flossed with money like this in a life yet. All of a sudden, since he joined Team Mohammed's, that political party, Brian Max got money for floss, get new car, get Starlink to go around and harass people. When anybody posts a video with Brian Max showing off money like that ever,
that's how we just roll.
Yeah.
Jack, you want to throw something over your head?
I could
Everyone
right now, really. I could throw.
is what they're saying at the end.
That's how we just roll.
Yeah.
Jack, you want to throw something over your head?
I could right now, really. I could
Yeah.
Jack, you want to throw something over your head?
Everyone is an anti-man Muslim.
You believe he's hungry belly?
All y'all hungry belly.
Hungry belly?
All y'all hungry belly.
I live in 1964.
That's how we just roll.
Yeah.
Jack, you want to throw something over your head?
I could
Everyone is
right now, really. I could throw.
Provoking people. Wrong and wrong the place provoking people. Wrong and wrong Guyana provoking people. And this is how it came to a head today. Provoking people wrong and wrong the country.
And your mommy.
Sit down back, Petty.
What's wrong with you?
Sit down back, Petty.
Yeah, see. Yeah, see how far. Wait, man. This I got to download the video so I could move with the seconds I want. Yeah, see how far the hand come from. Any jiu-jitsu expert supposed to be able to counter. Any jiu-jitsu expert. Little move. Wait. Little move. Shit. Too far. Oh, shucks. It's in between 47 seconds and 48 seconds. Hold on. No. It's in between the in between the half second. You can't catch it. You gotta download the video and put it through software to catch it. It's in between the half second. You understand me? In between. What acts? Jesus Christ. Yeah. Hold on. I see. Let me bring on OC Rogers here. Just a second. Carla, good morning. Go ahead. Hi, good afternoon.
Yes, on
Yes. Go ahead. You're live.
Yes, good afternoon, Carla. I don't condone violence, right?
Right.
But you see that guy, Brian Maxa, wherever he's calling, he had that coming to him a very long time ago. He's disrespectful, distasteful. Every ridiculous word in the dictionary relate to that idiot.
Yeah.
He had come a long time. You know what critics did to him there? Critics, that is how you treat somebody that is mentally stupid. You beat the mental stupidness out of them, and you beat mental sense into them. That's what critics do. Now you won't be learned. He and the rest of them were going around when Muhammad got you up. If they want to put their life on the line for Azadin Muhammad, let them continue with their foolishness. If they want Azadin Muhammad to use them to protect himself and his family, they can feel free to do so.
Yeah.
The other mentally done so as an when you stand up and say the other night, they ain't taking the last of the election. They ain't taking it because the polls showing if young black people in this country, and I'm speaking here as a Afro-Guyanese, want to go out there and allow a hypocrite and a corrupt like I've been my moment to call them their lives after the first escape, they're free to do so. Because at the end of the day, Muhammad will go and take care of the family. Muhammad and his father looking for around to Venezuela, but they didn't reach there. We got special cell for them.
Yeah.
That's possible on educated fool. Can't even read a statement there. Trying to statement to stand up and read it down at that tongue. And you telling me what? You know what? Session, the 20, you know, to run everybody calling he president. So that make that fool qualified to be president of this country. That man is just stupid. I get agitated when I get to talk about that ignorant tongue. The man is looking at each other from them soldier or something when he walk in. Don't tell what president. As an environment, when I sit in competition with everybody on it. Nonsense. That's my take on the whole issue.
He called it. Thanks for coming through. It's frustrating people. Like it's not everybody just be in the mood for foolishness. Somebody got this. Look, I'm gonna show you all this. I didn't mean to laugh. I don't mean to laugh. But when you're playing a bad boy and time for you to show badness, you're expected. Look at somebody back. Look at somebody back. Look. I swear to God, guys, we don't take nothing serious, you know. We as let's trouble. Anyway, we were expecting to have OC here, but he can't make it on the program. But back to cricket. Back to cricket. Jesus. Oh boy. This election cycle is trouble, boy. It's trouble. Right? So again, we will see there's no gun. Brian Max, after being invited in to collect a part payment on Money's board, escalated a situation that led to him innocent. You understand? The police will look at the matter, but for most Guyanese, Brian Max was leading up to this for a long time. Brian Max challenged me to fight, but 3 times already. 3 times already. 2 on social media, 1 in person. I was doing a live currently, so I didn't really want to engage with you too much. Y'all could go back and look at the live. Matter of fact, I can go and see if I find it for you. I got a little time this morning. But let me just look at this one more time.
Yo.
And your mother. Hey man, what? And your mommy.
Sit down back at it.
What's wrong with you?
Sit down back at it.
Don't fucking look at the fucking place. I'm playing your mother.
Why you
one touch, lady? Get the fucking on the ground. Get one touch. Your mother son in fucking playing with them. Mother son, no move. No move.
Who's sleeping in there?
Who's
sleeping in there?
Huh?
Why critic staff sleeping in the show?
What are you doing in my place? You can fucking threaten me?
Brian must come like a big man. Sleeping, snoring, pulling heavy thumb on the road.
Brian Max, stop playing games.
Yeah. Pulling heavy lump on the road. Critic heavy life. Critic heavy life, Jesus Christ. But let me go and show you this here. Let me see. Let me show you this here. Let me see. He did do a lot of lives. It might be a little hard to find. But hopefully it's labeled and we could get it quickly. Look at this here. Let me show you this. Look at this guy despicable. Right? So he put up a photo, claimed he get assault with a firearm, forgetting that he was live. The outcome of an invitation into an office to collect money, assaulted with firearms. That's to show you this. I'm glad he didn't collect the money. Oh, Jesus Christ. Hey, message. Guy, it is. Hey, we easy, you know. We easy. But let's go and check for that video where he wanted to fight me at Perfect Harmony. Let me see. That was a little while ago, a couple of weeks ago. Within Bartico. This might be a lot of scrolling here, buddy. Let me see. When send me to a meeting strats fee. Brian Max video. No, we gotta go back. We gotta go back somewhere. This might be too far back. What's this? No, this is 5 years ago. What are you doing? It gotta be right wrong here. A year ago, no. It's a couple of weeks ago. 3 weeks ago. Kitty. He got more than one profile. So it may be, okay, so this is a year ago. 5 weeks ago. Stratsfee. Victoria. Bartica. It's the same day when I was trying to.
Started this moment in 2025, we got to push to the people of Guyana.
Boy, let me check his other profile and see. Is the Mocha, is the Perfect Harmony? See, he got videos over here. It's just photos. The video folder. What story is this? The video reels. Can't be this profile. Unless, but then, oh yeah, Facebook does delete your live after a month. It may have been a month or close to a month. Oh man. Perfect Harmony by. If I could just find the for y'all. Brian. Providence Station. Stewartville. I think this was their first public meeting. BV. This is on some boat. Bartico. Stratsfee. Yeah, everything else after here is like 9 weeks or 8 weeks ago. It's not that long ago. Anyway, I can't find it. I don't think I went live on YouTube as well when I did that live. It is what it is. It is what it is, man. But Brian, if you were going to work for Bahamas and he's going to put you in this danger, bro, this guy don't care about you, G. This is all I say. For him to put you in this kind of danger, I don't think he cares about you. Really and truly. This is a real. I want to find. Yeah, this is stuff that he shared. Oh, this one just right. Yeah, so OC Rogers coming on here in 5 minutes. If y'all got time, stick around. We're gonna keep the live running. Right? And you notice he got energy to pull out chopper for Minister Manik Chan. But when a man stand up in front of you, he can't defend himself. Baby strength them have, girl strength alone them have. You understand me? That's these guys. He can't defend himself. But you could go with a chopper for Minister Manik Chan, a woman. You could go with a chopper for Minister Manik Chan, but can't defend yourself. Snoring when critic advance you. After you go in the man place and make yourself. Dog spy. I wish I could have find this live with Brian Max to show y'all here this party. We're waiting on OC Rogers to sign in. Right? See, I don't run anyway. We're waiting on OC Rogers. Everybody got a small video. Brian, you be good at you, Carter. You go. So look, you see? Look at this here. This is a post from, oh, y'all seen the page. Right? So this is a post from Brian Max. Politics is a game of chess. So clearly, he had a motive this morning to draw out critic to put in a problem. He may have succeeded. But this is the level you have to go to. I hope Muhammad give you a lot of money for this. I hope he give you a lot of money for this, brother. For you to put yourself. Don't worry with this. Man, this F-150 as give me is crazy. But Brian Max got foot to drive nothing like that. You got two working foot. Man, look. Feet, sorry. Before they tell me about my English. You know, this day. I scroll it to see if I find it, you know. I scroll it to see if I find it. Up. It's not the same F-150, man. It's not the same F-150. Anyway, so guys, OC is here. OC is here. So we could have a first-hand account of what took place there this morning. Right? So join me in welcoming OC Rogers. OC Rogers, morning to you.
Yeah, good. It's afternoon. Like you just wake up, brother. It's afternoon. Good afternoon.
No, sorry. Man, I usually don't do a live on Saturday, but circumstances.
Yeah, it's been a hectic morning, so I could understand.
So OC, I mean, we've seen the video, but you were there in person. Give us a blow by blow of what really happened there, because it looked like this guy came to collect money. He was offered the money, very hostile. I don't know. Talk to us.
Well, this is a matter that is currently engaging the police, and I would not try to thwart the investigations either way. But what I would want to say is that we have a certain section of the population in which Brian Max has joined that grouping now, who believe that they are bullies and they can do whatever they want, show up at people's private property, use disparaging remarks at people, and disrespect people, invade people's personal space, and feel as though that they can do all of this and get away with these things. And it's I am happy that an example was set today, because He came to the man's private property. I was there. I was invited to come on the program and stuff like that. And he came into the man's studio. He knew very well that the man was being sarcastic when he said, come to my studio. At one point, the man said, you playing a bully? Well, then come to the studio. You understand me? And he still show up at the man's studio. This is not a no thing though. Brian Max has now joined that crew, but it's a crew that tells themselves that they're higher than that, they're above the law. They could do anything, and especially at this election time, they go all out to rile up people and to create problems in this society. You understand me? So I am happy that an example was set there. You see, um, I'll let you I'll let you go ahead and talk. Yeah.
So I was telling my viewers that
yes,
he said that he was there to collect money on behalf of As Muhammad and Simona Brooms. But in my view, if you're doing that, you should present some documentation. Look, these people send me on their behalf to collect this money, whatever it is. I heard you saying, man, this is a down payment. He didn't call the persons to say, well, okay, this is what they have, collect it or not. Just very aggressive. And
well, sir,
as well as the guest.
I believe that there is a standard for something like that.
Right.
You and the man got problem. Why you choose to show up at the man's private property, and invade his private space? Right? Why you didn't send somebody else? Why you didn't send a mediator, a peacemaker, someone that has no problem with the Guyanese critic? Why it had to be Brian Max that showed up there? And let us not forget that constantly and continuously, Brian Max has been going around threatening and trying to intimidate people. But this is not a new tactic, right? I wanna cast your mind back, right? That at one point in our country's history, up to the last general elections, right? There were a certain section of this Guyanese population who feel as though once they think that you are a PPP supporter or you are a PPP supporter, once they think that you are Indo-Guyanese and they think that you're going to vote for PPP, you are subjected to threats, intimidation, harassment, and bully. You understand me? I've been in this game for years and I've experienced it many times. And it's about time that we put a stop to it. You understand me? Supporting the People's Progressive Party, Civic doesn't. You're not supporting no organization that is criminal in nature or anything like that. You are supporting an organization that is the best thing for people in this country, that allows people to develop their lives and stuff like that. So why should you feel threatened, bullied, intimidated because of your political view? I remember one time driving around, it was not cool in this country to wear a PPP shirt. You know, it's problem I get in back in the years ago to wearing PPP shirt or putting the PPP flyer on my thing. We've got to bring this to an end. We've got to bring this to an end. This cannot continue. I could tell you, Courdel, I could tell you about, you know, how many times I had to show up at the Monrepo Primary School because you had some black guys always used to show up there at elections time, and while they were not doing anybody anything, they would stand around at the entrance of the polling place and they got their face all screwed up and they all vexed looking and stuff like that. That was an act to intimidate what they perceive to be PPP supporters, because you imagine, right? Some of them auntie were living quietly in the little car named Monrepo, who has supported the Monrepo Primary School. They walk out by themselves and show up at the Monrepo Primary School and they see these guys just standing around the polling station. They would be scared. You know how many elections I had to show up at the Monrepo Primary School? So I sure some of our Indo-Guyanese brothers and sisters who are showing up there and are scared to enter the Monrepo Primary School to cast their ballot just because they perceive that it's Indo-Guyanese. The person is PPP supporter.
You're really breaking up.
Go ahead.
So OC, we were talking about the persistence of this, the regular behavior of Brian Max. Now, you just mentioned the fact that he would have threatened the minister of screen here. We have a post from August 11th from Brian Max Facebook page of weapons that he keeps in his car. So how are you or the guidance critic to know if he had one of these weapons concealed on him this morning, given his behavior before? Do you remember there was an instance where He drove his car and swerved into the parking area in front of Freedom House there as well. I think OC Mobile, so the internet in working as well. OC, can you hear me? Hello? I think he lost signal. Wait for him to come back. Right? So it's a constant behavior. Look at another instance.
And them three man Kwame Mackay sent to attack me on UG Road. Kwame boy, I can call you to me office September 2. And you gotta sit down and confess. You're gonna do it naked. Why are you naked? Just get in my office.
You hear what Brian Max can have it? You hear what Brian Max can have it? Brian Max do a video live. He was the Minister of Public Affairs. Come in the office naked. What's wrong with this bike? Jesus Christ.
I want you naked in my office. You and Jason Abdullah naked in the office. Y'all got sorry. I can take sorry. I can take a sorry. I can take an apology, but you gotta do it naked skin.
Brian is a freak. Brian, y'all hold on a second, please. Just give me a second. 1 second. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry about that. I see OC sign back in as well.
Yes. Yeah, I
Hi,
apologize. My phone, I had my phone on the window and I had the charger plug in, so the phone run hot. The phone was overheating. My iPhone 16 Pro Max. Imagine that, right?
Yeah, please give up on
Yeah.
it. I'm saying we just had this guy threatening the Minister of Education, literally saying he would slaughter her. Right?
Right.
You know he's moving around with weapons in his vehicle. You and Guy, this critic are not friends. Even if you're coming there to collect money, what is his problem with you? I saw him start to attack you and all.
Well, they know very well. They know that I stand up. I would always, Courdel. You know how many licks I take for standing up on the side of victims and standing up on the side of those who are being bullied and threatened and intimidated. I sometimes I find myself standing alone, but you know what? I don't care because those are the principles that drive me. You understand me? So I would constantly be attacked by these people because I don't, my principles don't bend or shift. I stand firm for what I believe in. You understand me? So and one of the things that happened is that, and I am going to take responsibility for that too. What the opposition does is that they, in the face of glaring video evidence and otherwise, and you would agree with me on this, they seem to always want to spin the story. And most of the times, this is where I find myself, I contributed it. Most of the time, we do not reply to these stories. So the only thing that is out there is what they put out there. You understand me? Sometimes we believe that the general public is smart enough to decipher based on the video that they see that what they're saying is not true. But unfortunately, we do not have a lot of people that call them out on this. You understand me? So this is what's happening right now. I could tell you that there's an attempt now to spin the story, bro, in the United States, bro, and other countries in the world. And I'm sure it's the same here in Guyana. I still have to find the law that protects you. You are your king in your own domicile. The man is in his private space, and clearly, you know, when he said come to his studio, he did not invite you in a friendly manner. He was being sarcastic. At one point, he said to him, "You playing a bully? Then come to the studio and pick up the money." You know, clearly, it was not an invitation, right? You know clearly it was not an invitation, right? But you is a big bad bully because you work for T. Mohammed, and you feel you could walk up in people's studio, walk up in people's private space, and you could bully and intimidate. It's the same thing he did at the Ministry of Education, like you alluded to before. Same thing he did at Freedom House. You go tell and pee on the man's fence, but unfortunately, a section of the population would not remember that. All they would remember is that critics hit Brian Max. That's the only story that they know.
Now, some persons are talking something about some gun. Brian Max has posted. Let me just pull it up for you to see.
Mm-hmm.
Brian Max would have posted on his Facebook page that he was assaulted with firearms. Just let me just pull it up to show you. So as you can see here, I don't know how big it is on the phone there. Let me increase it. The outcome of an invitation to an office to collect money, assaulted with firearms. OC, was there any firearms involved there? You as a witness there, was there any firearm involved?
Of fairness to Brian Max also, something firearm, but he never removed it from his pocket. Understand me? Nobody had no firearm there or anything like that. And like I said, I told you before, Brian Max is part of a part of a section of this population.
OC, wait, you broke up there just now. We got you in when you said pocket. If you could repeat yourself, please.
So I said that Brian Max had an object that looked in his pocket, a black object was protruding from his pocket that looked like a firearm. But with all, I'm gonna always strive to be honest. Brian Max did not. He reached for his he reached to his waist, but by the time he reached his waist, critics knocked him out.
No, but I'm asking. They're saying critic beat him with a firearm.
No, absolutely not. Complete lie. Complete lie. There was no firearm nowhere close to the Guyanese critic. Okay. And y'all see when he get up, where the firearm come from? It dropped from the sky. Y'all see when the critics get up, he was on his show. But listen, again, I'm saying to you, right? We come accustomed to these things. Look at and I'm not getting away from the point, but I'm showing you it's a continuation of the same thing. In the face of glaring evidence, right? All the reputable organizations in this world and democratic countries said that Irfan Ali won the 2020 general elections fair and square. And in the face of all that evidence, you remember that a man came out to the office of the president and tell you that they got statement of polls? And when you cornered him, was a different story. You understand me? You understand me? So this is a culture. This is not nothing new. So they're gonna come up with all these stories. I could tell you about stories where I'm not gonna call the individual name, but a strong PPP supporter came out of the Promenade Gardens years ago, came out and they attacked him and beat him. Next thing you heard that he drive his car and tried to hit down a big belly women. So they always throw these things in there to sensationalize the story. If you said that critics slap you and you fall down, which is what really happened, you understand me? He reached for his waist and critics slap him and he fell down. One slap. And he was out, right? But if you say that, that will not sensationalize the story. That will not rile up people to get people, the scrapeheads and the thugs and the gangsters. That will not rile them up enough, right? That will not sensationalize the story where those who don't want to judge based on evidence, they just go by which side they're on. You understand me?
Yeah.
So this is a pattern all the time.
Yeah. So I was just playing another video right here.
Are you there?
With Brian Max in a boat from Bartica.
That is nice. That is nice.
Tell Jack, do you come back here, fun again?
Jack, come back here, fun all the time.
This is the kind of provocation. These are just regular citizens traveling in the boat. They're campaigning for anybody or anything like that. And this is the outcome. Terrorizing people across the country. But
Courdel, I want to ask a question. I want to ask one question on this live. When are we going to put these things to an end? And why is it only perceived PPP supporters seem to be at the receiving end of these threats, these intimidation, and sometimes violence? When are we going to put an end to these stuff? Why is it that that aunts and uncles, right, that live in Indian communities are intimidated from going to the polling station? They're scared, they're frightened. Why are we live in a country like that? When are we going to put it to an end? Well, I hope the message I was sent today, right, is a message that is going to be a strong message I was sent, that these thugs and bullies and intimidators should not be allowed to continue to menace people. And that's what they do. They're menacing.
A lot of persons feel like their grouping are the only groupings that are willing to defend things that they appreciate and believe in. You understand? For a long time, I feel like certain sections of Guyanese society had that belief. So the PNC people used to feel they were the only ones who are willing to come out on the road and protest and you know, stand up in any way, shape, or form for what they believe in. Other persons are of that inkling too. You understand? So when you're going to come into my personal space, disrespect my guests, disrespecting government officials, and all kind of thing. Plus, call this man on his phone, OC, and told him he coming to collect the money. Call
And
this
the
man
man,
on his
I see people trying to spin it that it was an invitation. Now, if me, you get problem, right? If me, you get problem, why the hell you showing up at my place? And I did hear critics say to him one time, bro, you playing a bully? Then come for the money, you're going to find out. I heard critics say that to him. Why would you still then show up at the man's place? You want to tell you why? Because you tell yourself that he's a big bad bully and that you got the scrape heads behind you who going to come to represent you, right? A lot of mouth, and that's the problem with some of these guys too. They full with a lot of mouth, a lot of talks, and they think that these talks, they jump on social media and they get a lot of likes and a lot of follows and a lot of shares, and they feel as though they're the baddest thing in Guyana. You understand me? But the law is the law, and the law protects us, right? Critics was in his personal space, in his private home, in his studio. You understand me? Why the hell you barge in my studio? I ain't showing up by nobody who me and them get problem. You know how much time I had problem with people and they say, come. Why would I go and show up? You're looking, you're provoking, you're looking for problem, you're being menacing. You understand me?
Well, I'm waiting to see what the outcome is going to be. The Brian Max and crew are already trying to spin it, talking about firearms and this thing. I don't know Brian Max was ever a debt collector for anybody. You understand me?
Exactly, but there was no firearm used. And with all fairness to Brian Max, whatever he had in the pocket, he reached for it, but he not a chance to get it out the pocket. You understand me? Because the critics just touched him lightly and he was on the ground. Out.
See, you had me laughing. Also say, one touch. Look, you're on the ground.
Yeah. But that's the situation I talk about. These barking dogs, you know, the bark and they tell themselves that they're the baddest. And we cannot. Why? I keep asking all the time, Courdel, and this is something that. Why are we? Why?
Somebody calling OC on the phone there. Somebody calling OC. I'm taking some photos of these numbers to show John Thompson because he's telling me I don't got nobody watching me live. So I take it. I don't know. Somebody call OC. But guys, look. Please. Oh, he's back. Okay, he's back. Or not. All right. You guys trying to see if you could sort out yourself there. But guys, look. Don't go around provoking people. Right? Nobody should hit anybody, but don't go around provoking people. At some point, it will become overbearing and people will lash out. They're only human. Look the other day, I in a car accident, not my fault. On my phone, minding my own business, and a policeman telling me about conduct. That's before all them video you all see there. Just on the phone, taking a call, and he telling me about conduct, sit down drinking rum in the station, and telling me about conduct. So with the accident, my PA system blow up on a rental. You never know what people dealing with during the day. Stop testing people. Stop testing people. Anyway, guys, I'm out of here. We had 2.5 hours this morning. So for any days that I miss a makeup, y'all please be safe out there over the weekend. Again, try your best not to provoke persons to anger. Even the Bible does tell you, parents, don't provoke your children to anger. You understand? Even the Bible does talk to you about it. Right? Y'all continue to be good Guyanese. I'll see you guys here on Monday. If anything else happens before then, you'll hear from me. Don't forget tomorrow. This is the last call I take in. The last person. Call of the day.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
But I was him and pretty block his number.
Okay.
He calling all the time. We try to block him, and if somebody blocks you, right? Why you end up going in residence?
Like I said earlier, he can say invite. You understand? But
if somebody blocks you, mean that they want nothing to do with you, and they actually go for yes.
Indeed, I agree with you. Completely agree with you.
Okay, thank you.
All right, take care. Yeah, people keep calling OC and you get him bounce off. We're gonna have you on another day, OC. I tell you, this is the last call I take. I ain't taking no more calls. Guys, thank you for tuning in. It was a lovely Saturday morning program. I probably might start doing a Saturday morning program more frequently. The atmosphere is different. Jesus. Woo! Right? But see you guys here on Monday. If anything else happens over the weekend, right? We will be back here as usual. Thank you for all the persons who came out on the live. John Thompson, we're gonna send you the numbers. Right? Thank you for all the persons who usually support Livewire and whatever we do in any way, shape, or form. Mike Bisram, Eunice Raghubir, Jane, Pam Singh, all of you. Thank you so much for being wonderful people. Chris Van Dihar, Imtiaz Bakas or Mohammed. One out of the two. I can't remember. But you guys are why we're here today and continue to do what we do. People like Sally Jones, Tulsi Ramchetty, Marisha Sami, Tracy Martindale, Prasad Patti, Carla Daniels, all those persons who are in the comments every day on every show. I really appreciate you guys. Leslie Mongol, Mark Ali. I really appreciate you. Pamela Gopi. Thank you for all the continued support. Who else? They got a lot of you, and by calling names, you can't call everybody, and people get vexed because they get left out. But thank you all for your continued support. And as I usually say, before it's all about peace. It's all about love. It's all about love.
Get back to the money. All them a preach and preach. Step over, they go beat and teach. Them a jive by and all know them can't reach. Go and back up for your grandmother preach. Them a on the street and me see it. Go over, they go beat and teach. Man jive with the panic car seat. Left boy mouth full of concrete. So police side fight for years, them don't see them boy that could the last 1 week. From them with the families, man, they have to weep. See them so me see, beat and teach. So beat and teach. So beat and teach. Beat and teach. Beat and teach. Cassava peace, beat and teach. Beat and teach. Beat and teach. You beat and teach. Step over them, make everybody see. Just figure beat and teach. We not put boy in them place to take them out of that. Them not have no action, no them finger that's them out of chat. Me lips seal. What a fireball come out, so from them walking at the war. I them play out. No cry to me for your son. Just not cry down and make the rest. So that's for every day the rest. Jungle clip them wing and left them featherless. Sister left brotherless. Get themself in a hot water and an up hot water. From them this them same time not after. What do that not after? You see I must the earth them want to pass. Them to a war. Them think it over. Them skin run left. Them bone fit over. The first 24 hours them a fraud like soda. You see set them a paper soldier. Beat and teach. Beat and teach. Beat and teach. Beat and teach. Beat and what a club beat and teach. Beat and teach. Beat and teach. Beat and teach. Whoa, youngsters, them are ready. Get back to me money. Them boy them not ready. Me bad anytime when you ask them. I lost when I lost them. I swear that I cost them. If them nobody in a real life, them can't be the boss. Them they can't be the boss and teach. Grandson beat and teach. Cassava please beat and teach. Beat and teach. Beat and teach. So I'll beat and teach. Beat and teach. Beat and teach. Waterhouse beat and teach. Beat and teach. Beat and teach. Jungle beat and teach.